So we're here at the HUONE Events Hotel in Helsinki, Finland, with CEO and founder Evon Söderlund. Evon HUONE has won several 6 awards already. It's an award-winning concept. It's a service innovation that comes from Finland, and soon it will be taking the world by storm. You'll tell us all about it. I'm very curious to know, what do you think is the competitive advantage behind HUONE, and how do you think it's protected from being copied and replicated by someone else?
I'll first maybe tell a very simple situation that is now in our industry. The biggest service provider for meeting rooms are hotels, and yet in hotel their primary product is bedrooms.
Exactly.
Secondary is F&B, and then come meeting rooms. So in fact, their approach to it is that if you book 30 bedrooms, I'll give you the meeting room for free.
Mm-hmm.
So now I ask, why do you go to hotel to be treated as third-class citizen? Because they don't even care about it. And we are the hotel without bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So we take a hotel, we take away all the bedrooms, and then we put meeting rooms to the primary product. So all we do is meetings and events that make us and our knowledge and our expertise beyond a lot of people. And now we have almost organized 4,000 events now, and all the different events every single day, one at a time, actually every day, 12 at a time. We learn new things, and there are things that we see that people behave in a different way when they are in different event setting, when they are eating different food, and when they are with different kind of people and so on. So we learn from there, and then we kind of like power up this knowledge together. Because if we were just a space, then anyone can build these colorful walls, this theme with anything, put together beautiful furniture. Like anyone can do that, and it can be easily copied then. But what can't be copied is our knowledge, that how well do we know to create that atmosphere with that kind of a service, with that kind of a framework, and that kind of idea box, and also our online reservation system that with the entire event ecosystem design inside, is something that we are so many steps in front of our competitors that I don't know why they haven't wake up and see that business events is a huge market. My industry is huge. It's $1 trillion market, and yet nobody is concentrating on this. And we have been doing it for 4 years now. And so now that we are confident, and from a startup to gain that confidence and to actually bump into troubles, and this doesn't work, that doesn't work, to dwell into shape that diamond, and now we are there. So now we are going abroad.
And now you're exporting this diamond that is well-shaped and a proven concept internationally. I like the way how do you connect the dots of things you learn, things you read about, things you have studied through discussions with people. I can see through you that you are a very creative person. You connect the dots, something that is very rare for people to do. When bombarded with information, but not really everybody can connect the dots into make some goals and an action plan to reach them. For instance, you have written recently that your goal is to have a HUONE events hotel in all the top 10 meeting cities of the world, starting with the top number 1, which is Singapore. You recently came from Singapore, so tell us a little bit about that project that is due in February 2017.
Yeah, so it is coming very fast, and of course it's our first unit abroad, and that's why it's so dearly important to us that the concept, how beautifully we can bring it there, but because it is the meeting city in the world, that we need to make a statement with everything pushed up as well, because Singapore has a lot of financial institutions. There is a hub of meeting. A lot of Southeast Asia and from the west and from the east, they go and meet there. So we need to address that crowd that is there, which is very different than what we address in Helsinki, because Helsinki is mainly domestic. There's a lot of internal meeting and all that. There is all about multinational companies, international meeting, and so on. So a lot of our design need to address that factor. And we have done market research before we enter, so we got to talk to people who do events every day to find out what is their pain points, and find out that is our solution still apply to Singapore, because what works in Helsinki, many might argue that it might not work in Singapore. So we did the market research to exactly to prevent that from happening. But now when I go there, we have already a location, and it's a very beautiful place, and the size is more or less going to be the same as what it is in Helsinki. But the biggest difference is that it's going to have Finnish identity, because it's a little bit kind of a reverse psychology, because the one that we have in Helsinki is actually a little bit, you can see that Asian touch, the Nordic innovation and the Asian hospitality. Even the food that is presented here is off my grandmother's recipe. So, but in Singapore, we are going to have a very strong Finnish identity. We want the Finnish innovation and the Finnish and the Nordic vibe there in Singapore. So actually, we are going to have 10 rooms there, and 3 of them is our Finnish theme. And I can also reveal that.
Are you keeping the same themes that you have here?
No, they are completely different. And the thing that I'm going to review is that we are going to have the world first glass igloo meeting room in Singapore. And you remember that glass igloo hotel in up north in Finland? So we are going to have a concept of that. So people are going to have meeting.
So they're going to experience.
Yeah, yes. So that we want to keep that Finnish identity. That's why we are bringing a lot of Finnish design with us. The companies that who do those, and for example, the Lapland superfood, the blueberry bars and all the goodies from the forest, from the Finnish forest, we are bringing them to Singapore, and also design items like the framery foam booth, which complement our concept very well. So we are bringing those things there to Singapore. So it's kind of almost like a highlight and a showcase of Finland for Singapore at the same time.
Even though you've been very vocal about the challenges you faced in the beginning, now it seems that since the concept of HUONE Events Hotel is proven and it works well, and you're able to make a decent living and take the concept abroad to internationalize and export it. Now you have the support and the backup of Tekes and Finnvera, Finnish funding institutions, and also you have an investor campaign going on. Tell us a little bit why someone should invest in HUONE and be part of the legend and what you're trying to build.
I only have one word to explain that, which is people. But there's many angles with it. One, because the idea itself is to bring people together. We are, like what I have in my campaign video as well, I wanted to highlight that today we're burying our face in iPads and in all our communication. Majority of them are dealt with emails. It's faceless. But still, people are still traveling with business. And they're still traveling from office to office to meet people, because that people interaction is how you build trust, and business need trust. Anyone can, buy online and all this thing and so on, but that human interaction is actually the part of business that I think will more and more become important. So this is a business idea that actually address that future trends. When technology peaks, human interaction peak as well, and people haven't taken into the focus in meetings, and how people can be more creative, more productive, since everything is changing right now. So we are trying to provide that platform for them to actually exceed their ability to act, because when you are going to office day in and day out, it becomes a routine, then you're in this rat race. So to come to HUONE, it's almost like going to a business resort, where you kind of take out of your normal routine to focus on that one topic that you must do. And then people, because of our service, because of our things that we provide, they become more productive. They don't know how. Of course, we have the secret recipe for it, but they do. And another people angle is that we are a bunch of very good people and very determined people. You see and I, we're both the founders, and we have not stopped. First year we were trying to make it work, and then it was a huge loss because we didn't have money, we didn't have the help we needed. We didn't have the network, nothing. One is from Rovaniemi, the other one is from Malaysia. So we didn't want to give up. We still want to make it work. Then second year we made it work. We broke even. Then immediately we seek for growth, because working is not helping. You need to start to make money to pay back to the losses that you have made. So third year we seek to make profit, which we did. And then immediately when we saw a profit result, we expanded 3 times in size here in Helsinki. And right after we have this build, then we are going to Singapore. So we are a bunch of people who are not seeking for comfort zone. We're seeking for the next step. And where can this grow, and how to grow this bigger. And we have not stopped, ever. And I think that is a very good track of investor that they need to look, because anyone who has been good in investing would understand that however good an idea is, it can be destroyed by bad people who are not determined enough. They are not understanding the whole process enough, or not work harder, or doesn't have the right motivation. But an okay idea, maybe even a mediocre idea, will be made so well by excellent people, because they will not stop. They will all the time make that better. So in a way, I think we started with a mediocre idea, and then we just seek to make it work. And
shape into the diamond that you mentioned.
So I think that is why investors should always invest in people. It's the people who does the execution. So in that way, that is part of it. And so I spoke about the business idea, and I spoke about the people behind it. And then I think the greater vision is that we want to do good, because so many corporates in today's world is seeking and running after profits, and we are not.
You're helping a lot the community also. That's one point that I would like to bring to the forefront. I don't know if it's well known.
We are not very, we try to keep a low profile, because I don't want to kind of bring the charity side of it and then brand ourselves a charity company, because we are not. We are a profitable company. We are not a non-profit. And I don't want to use that as a marketing stunt. But what I would like to do by telling it forward is actually for people to know that even little efforts counts, and they are not expensive. I mean, what we have been doing is that I can name a few, but this is, I think, something that's more concrete.
I think it's important because it gives a message to other companies, as you mentioned, small ones, that
you don't have to be big to be able to help.
With a small effort, you can have
it's
happy people and give back to the community.
Precisely. There's 2 that I can very concretely name. One is that every one of our staff adopt a child around the world. So they can choose a country, they can choose is it a boy or girl that they adopt, and the company make the contribution. But the staff themselves are the one who is responsible to write to the child, to encourage them, and then send pictures so that they know that someone cares. And it really kills me also, because now, me being a mother, I really understand the meaning that we can enjoy life, our own lifetime. We can enjoy life, but what about the next generation? We can't trash this life. We can't trash around our whole place and then not think that what is not the impact that comes after this. We need to measure the impact that comes after this, because there are generations to come, our child, our grandchild, and so on, and how our ancestors have thought for us as well. So we need to understand that. I think I've spent like 20-something foolish year thinking that the whole world is all about myself and me, myself, and I. But I think when you become a parent, you really see world in a very different way, that you understand that I want to give the best for my child's generation, their friends, the world that we are living in. So I have a very strong movement against children welfare. So that's why I wanted my staff to also understand that working in HUONE is not just about your monthly salary, and that the company movement is not just blindly after profit. We really want to make an impact as well. So now we adopt 10 children around the world, and then my staff is writing to them and send pictures, and every month when the post send the letters from the children, many times it brought tears to their eyes as well, and then they understand that they are helping. Even though it might be long hours sometimes, because events it's very long hours, and it's worth it at the end. And I myself, I'm trying to, because I've been invited to speak in different places, so I do ask for the speaking fee, but I don't take €1 of it. All of them go to charity. So and go to children welfare, because I feel like if I get to speak to a group of people, it's my honor. And that if someone is inspired and someone would do something in a similar direction, that is the biggest reward for me. So if they get inspired, that is already my biggest reward. Why do I need their money for? I don't need money for pay rent. So I want to give that money to someone who needs it more, and then where I then donate to the charity for children welfare. So with my own action, I would like to still say that we are such a small company. We're still a startup, and already from a small angle, we can help in this that make big impacts. So now I ask why other startups don't do the same, because it gives them more motivation. And then also bigger companies and multinational companies to kind of do more. Everyone can do more.
Listen up, people. You can do more. Lots of questions came to my mind. I have tons to ask you about the employees, but I want to ask before that the legacy that you want to leave behind. You sort of mentioned about the next generation, the generation of our kids and their kids, and being sustainable and not leave this planet into disarray for them to handle. Like here you are, a destroyed planet. But what would you like? How would you like people to remember you? What do you want to leave behind for your son, for people that work with you, or people that haven't met you? What would you like 100 years from now, people to go back and think of you as the founder of this concept of HUONE Events Hotel, that hopefully by then it will reach 100+ cities? What are a few things of your legacy that you'd like to leave in people's minds and hearts?
Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind is actually that I don't want people to remember me. I don't think Elon Musk wanted people to remember Elon Musk. I think if there will be a world without gasoline cars and only running on electric, I think that is how people remember him. I think that is how he wants to see it. And for me, I'm not a saint, and Elon Musk is like up there, and I'm here in the ground level doing my groundwork. But I would like to see people enjoy work. We are no longer in the labor work type of thing that where people whip us to do and stuff like that. And work is now a lifestyle. And when machinery is gonna replace more of the manual and physical work, then human intelligence and human work itself is gonna be even put more to the highlight. So I wish that people enjoy work more, and work is not for after survival and after money and getting rich or whatever. It's more about lifestyle and have a purpose. If people can get to understand that more and appreciate each other's existence, I think that will be my happiest thing, that my name don't have to be mentioned anywhere, and I will be already very happy, because all we want to see is happy people.
How about then the people close to you? Because of course, for people that they've never met you, perhaps you want to leave a legacy through what you leave behind.
Well,
but how about you're another entrepreneur and you have a little boy, 3-year-old boy. For him, you're the most important person in this life. So how would you like your actions as a mother, as an entrepreneur, as a person what do you want to leave behind for your son?
I think for my son, it's a very close to my heart issue, because every time I have to pack and go to the airport again, I just can't help it. The tears just come out, and I'm a very emotional person, as you see. So one thing is that on one side, I really wish that my son can see that we can do little things that make big impacts, and then that he see it from the front row seat. But on the other hand, I hope he will forgive me for sometimes leaving for such a big trips,
There's always
way.
this guilt,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah, but that's why when I do come back, I really do schedule time, which I put away my phones, and so sorry if I don't answer my phone sometimes because I want to really give him my 100% attention. And that is one thing that I know, that his age this time, he's the cutest at this time, and then there's so much that I want to share with him, and he has also have taught me a lot about how children learn, like how if I'm on the phone, so when I pass the phone, like grandmother is talking to you, then he walked away to his bedroom and shut the door, because that's what I do every time I pick up the phone. When client call, then I want privacy, so I walk to the room and shut the door, and he's imitating that. And so
you give an example.
Exactly.
He learns through you.
Yeah, so in a way he teach me a very big lesson, because everything that I do, people see and people imitate. And that is what I also try to remember for my staff as well, that I need to have an example of how I treat others and how I serve our clients, so that they can see as an example that is how we serve the clients.
So leading by example.
Yeah.
Do you lead your family, your business like you run a family? I know.
Yeah, definitely.
Recently I've seen, because there's some people that lead their families like they run a business.
Right.
There's also this school of thought,
yeah,
or of course there's lessons learned from that as well. But what I like is that you treat your employees here as part of your family. I've seen recently on social media you posted a picture where you're having a big family get together where employees can get their families and come and eat crayfish. How did that work? How many people turned out?
I think about 40. 40, because I not just invite the employees. Last year we have it just with the employees, and then this year I thought that we are such a big, like we have this family movement, and even my husband is there, I'm there, and then my sister is working there. It's very much a family company. That why don't we also let the employees, their parents and their husband, their boyfriend, to come and see, experience firsthand that where is their daughter working in, and with what kind of people and so on. I learned so much actually from some of the parents. They were like kept giving me tips about different things. It was very good, because I think for them it's like they were very shocked when they came, and they told to me
How
that.
so?
They said that nobody does this. Nobody ever invite, like your parents and your child, your brother or sister to come and visit.
To your workplace.
Yeah, so they were very shocked, but they thought it's such a brilliant idea, because it is a big part of their daughter's life, their wife's life, their girlfriend's life, and they don't see them big part of the day, and they're wondering what they're doing with what kind of people.
And probably they go home and they say, "Oh, Evon said this, and we did this."
Yeah, it's nice to put a face to it.
It's nice to put a face actually on the stories they hear.
Precisely. And I mean, we have nothing to hide. Everything is very transparent here, so we share everything with everyone. And I think that the family movement needs to be there. That people are enjoying. Like I say, work is part of the lifestyle, and it's also applied to my employees as well. It's a lifestyle.
So basically what I get from there is that HUONE Events Hotel is a great place to work, is a great place to invest, and what else?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm there yet. We are all the time taking baby steps towards betterment, but definitely we're not stopping. We're continuing to learn. If there's anything that we can do more, of course we will.
If Evon, now for closure, you would have one advice to give to entrepreneurs in the startup level or starting out, what would you give out as a piece of advice? And a second part of my question would be, did you have a mentor, somebody who helped you, have your back, supported you, advises you? So A, do you have a mentor and what you learn from them? And B, if you can somehow be a distant mentor with what you're saying now forward.
I do have mentors. I don't have one because our concept is so kind of a hybrid of everything, and also not many hospitality industry company from Finland go abroad. So there isn't actually someone who have done it that I can go ask. So I keep a few mentors that I tell them that, can you be my mentor? I don't pay very well. In fact, I pay nothing. But sometimes we can go for nice dinners, but that is about it. But the thing is, there are a lot of great people around that who really just genuinely want to help. So I have a mentor who is advising on the digital side, because the element of the tech part is something that I had to learn from the beginning. And also I have another mentor who go international, has quite a lot of knowledge there, and the third mentor who kind of tell me about the experience and the customer's excellent sides of that. So I give them a call whenever I bump into certain things that I want to ask, and they give me the answer to it. Very, very kind, and I really thank them, because they don't have to, but they want. And same thing then, if I can share it with future entrepreneurs a lesson, it would definitely to not stop learning.
And this is actually something that distinguishes a successful person, a person who doesn't have such regrets in their life, that they want to help others achieve their goals. It's not a person that's protecting everything. Of course, there's certain things you can protect, like your business secret. Right. What's the secret recipe I'm doing this for? But at the same time, you have to be generous enough to help others in the same ecosystem. There's no point of holding information if you can give a piece of information that benefits the big idea and the whole industry in general. I see many people that they're quite closed and protective of what they have, even though what they have is not so perhaps worth protecting, but they're being very secretive about it. But I think great entrepreneurs are very vocal about their success, about tips and about advice.
I'm also very vocal about my failure.
Exactly, because this is something that you can learn from as well, from the failures and successes of others. So very good. So Evon, something for closure, how would you like, is something that you would like to mention that absolutely is on top of your mind, in your heart, that you would like to address the people and tell them in connection to HUONE?
Well,
something that it's good to know, something that people should keep their eye on, future developments.
There's a lot of exciting news to come. Singapore being one is going to be a very exciting journey of ours. And like I say, I do share a lot of them. And so I constantly try to find time to document them and write them in blogs, so that if other entrepreneurs who are looking also to take that dream a step forward and so on, if they have time and are interested, can read from my blog as well. I constantly try to see if there's something that I can share as well, because I don't have time to have sometimes to sit down with somebody 2 hours at a time. So if there's something that I've learned, I try to share them. But one thing that you previously asked about, what will be the advice that I give to entrepreneurs and before they enter the startup journey, I definitely think that they should remember that being a startup entrepreneur is not possible to be motivated by money. That they must be motivated by their dream and passion. That is the only thing that is long lasting enough to take them to the end goal. In my side, it's definitely true. First 2-3 years, even now, you're not gonna get salaries. You are personally gonna be in a lot of financial trouble, and you just have to know that they are just numbers. That those are not something that drive you. But of course, you have to seek profitability of the business itself. And if they can do that, then they can do anything.
So by the vision for HUONE 2025 is that HUONE spreads out all over the world.
Yeah.
Is this the big dream?
Yes, definitely.
All right. So get the HUONE, everybody. Get a room. Get a room at HUONE. That was Evon Söderlund, CEO and founder of HUONE Events Hotel. Thank you, Evon, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the best and success for your business and upcoming business. We'd love to be part of your journey and your legend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.